On today's episode of Big Blend Radio with Nancy and Lisa, we're heading to beautiful San Benito County, which is the eastern gateway to Pinnacles National Park. And Pinnacles National Park is just one of those idyllic national parks you want to go to. It's in Central California. There's geology, there's oak trees, there's condors, California condors.
I'd love it.
There's deer, there's wildflowers, there's a little bit of waterfall action depending on the time of year. It's very biodiverse and definitely a place to go to. But it also gets busy and during the summer months especially. And so we're very excited to bring two special guests on the show today. They are from the REACH San Benito Parks Foundation, which REACH stands for Recreation, Exercise, and Community Health. The nonprofit established to facilitate a healthy community through the preservation and enhancements of parks, facilities, and recreation programs in San Benito County. So again, this is in Central California, and this is such an amazing organization. Nancy, you and I have watched it grow, and we've been to San Benito County two or three times now.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful region east of Monterey, and also developing with, people moving into the area. So they have this amazing connection between nature and the land, as well as having a healthy community with having trails. Great organization. So our two guests on the show today, we have Anita Kane and Robin Pollard. And we've got to say, welcome back, Anita. You were just on our show. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Nice to be back.
Great to have you back on the show. And also we have Robin Pollard. Robin, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
This is very exciting. I think you are just a stellar example of a type of organization every community should have in regards to this balance between community, parks, and also like overall health. So this is something for visitors coming into the area because your website rocks. Everyone, check it out, reachsanbenito.org, especially because they have all this trail information as well. But this is this amazing balance of coming together, but also increasing parks, right? You want more trails in the area.
Well, yes, that's our goal. Go for it, Robin.
Yes, we are looking for more trails and having access to our river parkway, which has been talked about and on the books for almost 25 years now. And just recently, we got the first section open to the public, and we're very excited to have that first section open, because once people start using that section of the river, I think the rest of the parkway will happen in much quicker a time frame than this first section.
Yeah, exactly. It always takes that first step, and the first step, like you said, takes 25 years to do, but to have that community backing for it is amazing. What was the start of REACH becoming an organization, and what are the main focuses, Robin? Was the Riverfront Parkway the main thing that got it started?
Well, it pretty much started out as a way to promote getting the River Parkway going. The county, the city was financially strapped, and there was not any pathways to receive grants for any of the possibilities to make the parkway. And so REACH was kind of suggested as a way to get collaboration and to work with the different entities along the river to begin to make it happen. And so that pretty much the River Parkway kind of got it started.
And so what we've been doing is trying to go along and get the various entities that have to do with the river, whether it's, or the whole county actually, anything that has to do with recreation outdoors, getting memos of understanding between the various cities within the county and agencies that will come into play at some point as this park progresses. So it's a big county-wide linear park that's proposed, and so there's a lot of players that need to be brought into it. And so that's one of the things that REACH does is we outreach and secure funding where we can and create partnerships and and just, create that web that's so necessary to get these things done.
I love that. I think it's so important because, and your name is perfect, right? Like you said, it's that outreach and then reach, standing for recreation, The other thing too, when you talk about this Riverfront Parkway and getting all the agencies on board, it takes time and patience because you're all excited, and it takes this community uniting. And I think it's always a good thing because a community always learns to unite. And from what we've seen and just experienced in being in Hollister and San Benito County as a whole, San Juan Bautista, there is a unity. I think people want a quality of life in your area, and so they're willing to do that. I know our headquarters city of our Love Your Parks tour, where we travel to, we're on a quest to visit every single national park unit in the country. There's over 400 of them, and cover all the parks within those regions. Going there and also seeing, our headquarters city is Yuma, Arizona, which is connected through agriculture with you guys, but they had to do this with the Colorado River, the lower Colorado River. It took years and years. Actually, they were starting it off, became a heritage area, the Yuma Crossing National Heritage Area, and it started off, they actually had to clean out the river and take out the invasive species. They planted gardens. They took what used to be a landfill and created a hummingbird garden over that. And they ended up having to get over 49 agencies to work together. Yep. And this is what I think is so exciting watching what you're doing, is it's that same thing that's in now that, Yuma's changed. It's night and day different for the community. They have places to recreate. They can go out, they can cycle, they can walk, they can bird watch. Dogs have dog parks, kids can play and have that quality of life that's not indoors all the time, especially, in the desert. You get out early in the morning if it's hot, but I think that's what's amazing with what you're doing is you're on that pathway of that quality of life.
That developing of relationships to provide, these opportunities, and to remind people how powerful it is to have that outdoor experience, what it does to our minds and bodies and spirits. Because being indoors all the time, it's not really good for us. We should be walking and outdoors as much as we can.
Absolutely. And it's got to be something accessible. So when you talk about this Riverfront Parkway, number one, what river are we talking about, and where is this all starting? What city in San Benito County?
It's a San Benito River. Imagine that, in San Benito County.
Okay.
And the river starts in the South County down by the Pinnacles, or in that direction anyway, and then the watershed ends up in the Monterey Bay.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah,
this is amazing.
And so this first piece of the puzzle is right near the downtown area, right behind the high school, where there's just a little, like a half-mile, quarter-mile stretch of road that has a adjacent bike and pedestrian pathway. So, at the outset, it might not look like much, but it actually is the way that the public will use to get to the regional park that is proposed to be adjacent to the new roadway there now. So it's the very first piece of the puzzle, the nucleus, if you will. So, and to the extent that we can, or that the county is able to purchase property along the river, that's the path that the trail would follow. It may be that it comes into a road and comes up and out of the river as need be. So, there's a lot of players to bring into it, and not, it won't be 100% riverfront the whole way. It'll zoom in and out and meander. So, even though it's called the River Parkway, it won't be 100% riverfront.
But I understand that from here in Tucson, Arizona, we're here now, and then it is really interesting to see this loop system that they've created here, where it goes to two different counties, Pima and Santa Cruz County, and cyclists and walkers and even equestrian parts happen on this trail system, and it's so exciting. And as they've developed it over the years, now the whole loop is now completely connected, but it took years.
Yep.
And you see families out, you see this quality of life that's amazing. You just see people happy, outside, enjoying life, yes, in the desert. It just depends on what time of day and, time of year. But it's all connected, and people start to understand their community better. I think that's one of these benefits of this. But you really have such a beautiful region of all year round. I mean, you can find, just the nature to me. I've been there in the fall, Nancy, and I've seen some changing color of the leaves. We've been there in the springtime with the wildflowers. I mean, in winter, I've looked at pictures of winter when you get all the green. So this is so exciting to have this accessibility and this building of trails and, being connected. I love this. How many trails? I mean, I'm looking at your website, and everybody, again, reachsanbenito.org. You've got a lot of different trails, at least 12
Well, we have
trails?
we have an international trail, the
Anza Trail?
The Anza Trail, which is an international trail, goes from Mexico and comes up through San Benito County. One little section of it towards the mission, and that's where we had the moonwalk this last spring, which was really well attended. It surprised us. We had over 100 people show up to walk in the dark.
Awesome.
So that was really nice. Yeah, and then we have the state of California's first motorcycle park is up on Hollister Hills. It's a off-road vehicle park that the state runs, and it has the surrounding area around the motorcycle park is a buffer zone, and it has trails up in there that you can hike and bike and that don't require motor vehicles. So they've really expanded that park up there. And then we've got the Coming River Parkway, and the city just received a grant to do another section of the parkway from what's basically our west entrance into town down to a new park that they just developed in a new residential area, and that trail will be the second piece of the river trail that's coming together. And so slowly these little leapfrog pieces are coming in, and we're really excited about it.
I love it. And you sent us your Adventure, Refresh, and Play, this park's location card. I think for people coming into the community and for locals alike, this is something where you could put in your glove box and be able to find these different trails and parks. I wish we had this when we were there last, because I get lost. I need this.
We mailed these out to every household in San Benito County.
No way.
Let me tell you, it was a huge project, but through asking for support and grant applications, and the city of Hollister, the county, the city of San Juan Bautista all agreed to pay the postage once we got the cards made, because they saw it as a valuable tool for the citizens. So we love this park's locator card. We're very proud of it. We worked hard on it, and it's great that people are using them, like you say, to put in their glove box or on their refrigerator and say, come on, let's go outdoors.
I think it's cool. Go ahead, Nancy.
I was just going to say, you kind of touched on what made me start a magazine years back.
Yeah.
Living in different countries and being in a country where everybody told me there was nothing to do. And I'm like, don't tell me that. I just got here. Don't tell me there's nothing to do. There's so much to do. I don't even know where to go first. And I do think that you can live in a community and think somehow that you know it, because just by the fact that you live there. When you come in new to a community, your eyes are wide open, and you're looking for, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? After you've been there a couple of years, you think you've seen it all. And we know from our experience that it takes years to see everything in any community. It really does. And so I love that you have something to tell people, hey, you know what? You probably always go to this park, but why don't you try these 4 others?
We have a park in downtown Hollister. It's called Vista Park Hill, and it's a lovely little park on top of the small hill downtown, and it gives you a whole view of up to Santa Clara County and down south towards Chespinos and the Pinnacles. But this hill has been they've just started development on the backside, and we found out that they were not going to put the trail in on that was written on the tentative map. So Reach advocated for this trail, and now there's a wonderful trail that it's going to be a great little maybe mile loop. It'll be uphill and downhill and through give you beautiful views of the city. It's absolutely exciting.
Wow. And so that's getting involved and watching what your community is doing. So how do you get people to help you? I mean, do you have meetings? Can people show up and say, I want to be part of this?
Well, one of the ways people can... Oh, go for it, Robin.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, we always need help with publicity and social media. Sometimes that we could use help getting the word out on events and things that are coming up. We always need help with fundraising. When we put on various things that are meant to raise funds, then we definitely need help with that. Help with events. Recently, Reach provided a hydration stop for a major bike tour. So, they needed extra bodies for that. And when we do these walks, we always need, parking, help with parking, help with logistics to put on events like that. Robin, can you think of other ways?
Yes, we have, all of our meetings are open to the public. We invite anyone that wants to come. We encourage people to come and see how they too can support Reach in our local parks. Yeah, we're open.
I'm so excited about what you do. I want to run around with a poster everywhere we go. Now I know Jim Ostick walked across the country with Reach on his stroller thing he did. He was pushing across and wrote a lot of the articles on your website. Again, everyone, reachsanbenito.org. And you go look at the section of the trails that he wrote about. You're going to want to just go there, honestly. And we've been there. We've done a couple of them, and it is so beautiful. This one thing too, and this is to me one of the most important things that you do. You have like a whole section. And I think number one, having trails is for families and it's so important for kids to have accessibility. So sometimes take your phone away unless you're IDing a bird. You know what I mean? Or looking at that rock. What is that rock? Or looking at the stars when you're on a moonwalk. So yes, there's just times that you need to take a break. And, we chat with educators on our shows all the time, and they advocate. Put it down once in a while. You don't need it 24/7. So having these trails and being able to breathe and actually look at something other than a screen is important. But not only are you advocating for trails, making trails happening, educating people on the trails that are there, you have this whole section on your website that is dedicated to kids. They've got projects, you've got mazes, you've got puzzles. But you've also got Benitoite, which Priscilla, our pink sock monkey, our travel mascot, she's kind of got the hots for him.
She's got a crush on him.
She would like to meet Benny. Tell us about Benny.
Benny is the San Benito County Parks mascot, and he is a big-eared kangaroo rat, which only lives in San Benito County. So one of a kind. And Benny holds a big chunk of Benitoite, which is the California state gem, which also only comes from San Benito County. So yeah, they're pretty special. They're like a big rat and a big rock.
Rats and rocks go, hand in hand here. But But does he goes to all the different events and dress? Who wears the costume? I want to know. Who's in there?
Benny has a variety.
Multiple heads in there.
Yeah. So I could volunteer to be Benny for a day.
Oh, that's
yes,
sure.
you can.
Yeah, I want to because I was a penguin once before in South Africa in Port Elizabeth. I was the penguin. I walked the streets of Port Elizabeth as a penguin. Seriously, raising money for an oceanarium. Yeah. So I want to be Benny for a day when we come up to San Benito again.
We've also at times been clowns.
Yeah. So can I be Benny? I really want to be Benny.
we can arrange.
I'm writing your name down.
Yeah. Well, as we travel on your Love Your Parks tour, which definitely you are part of this, this is why we're doing what we do, travel full time to go and cover and document every single park that we possibly can. The whole thing is about getting out there and doing something, and volunteering is part of our mission, is to volunteer and do something in every community that we visit. And so I want to volunteer and be Benny, and I'll clean trash, I'll open a trail, I'll dig things or whatever. You need trees planted, I'll do whatever. I'll do whatever you need.
We have a lights on parade. The Saturday after Thanksgiving. You can walk downtown in a parade.
Well, I want to be Benny. Yeah, I don't know if we'll get there in November. But speaking of that, I know that's the thing. There is a big push nationally with different organizations to, the Friday after Thanksgiving, that it becomes this crazy shopping frenzy, and people sometimes only move when it's for a special deal on a TV or a gift. But you're encouraging people to move a different way on Black Friday and make it like a Nature Friday, right?
Right. You want to take that away, Nita?
Oh, well, sure. One of our folks who's considering becoming a board member, that's another way people can help.
Hey, Mark, go. I know.
Yeah. I'm not going to drop any names, but he recently discovered that REI is encouraging people to not partake in Black Friday by shopping, instead by going out and getting some exercise, and going out and taking a hike. So, spurred by REI and in collaboration with them, we are going to be doing a bird walk on Black Friday. So hopefully that'll be a yearly event.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool. We have a bird expert. I'll tell you his name, Mark Paxton. He did it. He did volunteer to do it, so he's on the hook for that.
Well, we just say that because he took us out on a birding experience, and it was amazing. We saw gold eagles, we saw bald eagles, we saw all kinds of birds. Magpies, my favorite bird. You guys have one of my favorite birds in the world, the magpie, the yellow-billed magpie.
Yeah, you can always you can always see one of those as you head down past the pinnacles where the road makes that 90-degree turn. There's a little ranch there, and there are always magpies in that tree.
Oh,
if you like magpies.
I love
They're
this.
awesome.
I love this because, and he's really knowledgeable. And I love this that you have experts that take people out and can share what this bird is that you can see. Like, just there's so many birds. You are birding central, and that's something that's so important again when it comes to these trails. And so, like, thumbs up for REI doing this. I think this is awesome with what they're doing, getting people outside instead of doing the Black Friday rush and kill yourself over a TV that's on sale.
Right.
Yeah, I think society's kind of pushing back and saying we want to do something different. We want nature, and then small business Saturday, you can go downtown, and things like that. So it's getting back to, can we be normal now? I think we're supposed to do. Yeah. Any other events that we should know about coming up after Thanksgiving or into the new year? I know you put them on. Is it best thing for the website for people to watch that?
Right, because we haven't quite got the whole year plotted out. That's coming up next week. We're going to put our heads together and plot out next year's events.
Okay.
But for sure, it will involve walks, and it will involve birds at one or another point, and possibly even a series in conjunction with the Historic Society of doing some natural history walks and educational things. So, get people outdoors, and there's not just the birds, there's geology and the
history,
natural systems of animals and all the things that are surrounding us. Right.
And all the history, the ranching history, the Native American history that you have.
For sure. Yep.
It's really huge. And pioneer homesteading. And, and if you can't walk, that long, you could go get the wagon, the peddler's wagon at the San Benito County Historical Park.
I really have my eye on that wagon.
I know. We talked about that with you, Anita, on the other conversation last radio.
I really want to take it on the road.
I know. I love this, and everyone, one thing, go to reachsanbenito.org, but also follow them on social media on Facebook. Facebook is your main thing, right, for people to keep up with you?
Facebook is a good one, right?
Okay, yeah, keep up with them, because if you watch that, you'll be, clued into the different events. Whether you're visiting the area or local, definitely connect with Reach. I encourage you, if you're going out to Pinnacles National Park, definitely do that, because also they have all those other trails and other places up on their website as well. Before you both go, I have to do this. I have to do the 1 hour walk. I know I do this to every guest coming on the show because we love our 1 hour walk. Anita, you know about our 1 hour walks here. But today, you get to all do this, whether you've done it before or not, you get to do it. So my question is, if you could take a 1 hour walk within the walks that you have on your website at reachsanbenito.org, see how I programmed this? If you could take a 1 hour walk with one of those trails, which one would you do? Who would you like to take a walk with? Okay, anyone in who's alive, passed on. Who would it be? Yeah, come on, this is good. It could be John Steinbeck. I mean, he lived in in your hood. Come on, it could be one of the Bacon family from the ranch in Pinnacles. But who would it be, and what are you going to talk about? We want scandal. Yeah.
Oh, Robin, go.
Yeah, Robin. It's your first time on the show. You get to go first.
I would take the Vista Park Hill loop, and I would take Colonel Hollister with me. I always would love the idea of visualizing the whole area with nothing built on it. Open land, and I've often thought, boy, IMAX could make a lot of money if they had one of those IMAX films that showed California with pristine and no development, and then gradually build it up. So that, I think that's what I would be. Vista Park Hill and Colonel Hollister, our founding settler.
And Vista Park Hill, is that the new one you were talking about? The new trail?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So does Mr. Hollister, is he quite handsome? Do you know?
He didn't. He only stayed here for a few dozen years, and then he moved to Santa Barbara.
Oh wow! Well, I didn't even know about him. Now I have to go. Now, okay.
So many cities and towns have a name based on history, and it's really cool when you can connect.
I know, and sometimes it's like they're just trying to get the railroad in town or something like that, so they'll name it the town after someone who's running the railroad.
I think that's
or
a
company,
and he's probably quite handsome.
Okay, so when we come to San Benito, so Anita is knocking on your historical door for that one.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's funny. Robin came up with the historical context, and for me, I'm kind of for the trail, I think walking on the De Anza Trail with Jim Ostick is always pretty amazing, because he can tell us all about geology. And actually, if I had Jim on one arm and Mark Paxton on the other, then I would have my birds and geology, and my afternoon would be complete. Yeah.
Well, I would like to walk with all of you, okay? Yes, because that would be the thing.
Should do this.
Yeah, we haven't met Jim yet, but I think I talk to him every day on Facebook,
right,
through our 1 hour walk and everything. And he's been on our show, when he was walking across the country and getting reach out there, which is amazing what he did. And Mark he's a special human being as well. Yes. And knows so much about birds. He taught me things. I was just like, I didn't know that. Okay, now I'm going to have to rethink everything. I love people who make you rethink everything you thought you know. First you're like, no, and then you're like, yeah, okay, this is cool. So I love your choices on that. And we're going to have to go look up Mr. Hollister now. So always something new in San Benito County, whether it's in the past or in the present.
He was a fake colonel, I believe.
He was a fake colonel?
Oh, I like it more even now.
Okay. That's it.
All right.
We're
Thank
returning
you,
back
for a
soon.
wonderful afternoon.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. Again, reachsanbenito.org is the website to visit, and keep up with them on Facebook as well. We want to thank you for listening to Big Blend Radio. You can keep up with our shows. Just go to bigblendradio.com. You can listen live or anytime later on demand. And we're going to close with an awesome song. This song is perfect for San Benito County, and it's perfect for Reach and their mission. It's called Loving the Land. Mm-hmm. Your land, my land, loving the land. I had to.
Yeah.
It's from our friend Wally Lawder, based here in Tucson, Arizona, but I know he loves your area. So here it is, Loving the Land. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Well, I'm sitting on my back porch, my guitar in my hands, and I'm looking at the afternoon, I'm looking at the land. It's got that honey-colored light, golden rose reflecting from the sun. She steps outside and asks me, "What are you doing, hon?" And I'm loving the land. I'm just loving the land. I'm loving the land. I'm just loving the land. Got an angel in my corner, must have a Buddha at my side. And if I had any worries, I've left them all behind. Maybe it's the time of day, maybe it's the light. Blame it on the air I'm breathing, but I couldn't feel more right. And I'm loving the land. I'm just loving the land. I'm loving the land. I'm just loving the land. Afternoon light on a simple corner lot in a humble town, waiting for the sun to go down, down. Well, when this land was made, it was made from near and far. Molecules and galaxies and mystery and bits of stars. And I'm just letting go like a leaf to the wind. I'm floating on a feeling, I'm just giving in. And I'm loving the land. I'm just loving the land. I'm loving the land. I'm just loving the land. This land is your land, my land. From California to New York to the Fiji Islands. I'm loving the land. I'm just loving the land.